I'm Mrs. Smith, and I'm here to talk about 3 texts that have changed my life. The first text that I actually have the copy here. This is Winnie the Pooh, not the Disney version, but like the old 1920s version without a lot of pictures. And this text had a huge impact on my life. My mom read me this book all the time when I was little. And one day when I was about 4 years old, I brought the book to her. I climbed on her lap, I opened it up, and I started reading. And my mom was like, "Oh, isn't that cute? She's memorized parts of the book." But then she tested me, and she would turn to different pages, she would point, and she realized, no, I was reading. So none of us know how it happened, but at some point when I was very young, it just clicked and I started reading. Definitely had a huge impact because my parents had some huge expectations for me. I'm not sure I've lived up to those, but it definitely started me on a track of being considered a kid who was good at reading and had great potential in school. The second text I don't have with me, but it's one that I read my senior year in high school. I was actually forced to read it in my senior English class, and I hated it. I hated everything about it. It was called A Tale of Two Cities. It was by Charles Dickens, and he got paid by the word. So he made this book as long and drawn out and complicated as humanly possible. It was also set it was written in the 1800s, so it was very slow, drawn out. And I remember distinctly that my English teacher had given us homework over the weekend. So I'm in bed Saturday morning. I'm just going to get this homework done, out of the way, start my weekend. So I pick up this book, Tale of Two Cities, with the worst attitude. But again, something just happened. In the process of trying to do my homework, something clicked. I suddenly saw not just the story, but I saw the artistry that the author was putting into it. I saw how he was developing these parallel plot lines that were going to have to intersect. I saw how he was developing these symbols and motifs and all these English teachery things that I didn't even know then, but that I love now. And so instead of just doing the homework, I stayed in bed all day and I finished that whole book and I cried. I went in on Monday, ran up to my English teacher and said, "Oh my gosh." And in talking to her, I remember her saying, I want you to promise me that whatever you do in the future, writing is going to be a part of it. So obviously, she really inspired me and encouraged me. And it was because of that book that I think maybe I'm an English teacher today. So my last text is not a book, but I grabbed a couple of magazines. I brought a style magazine and a fashion or travel magazine because these are two of my favorite things in life. And that was my other great love when I was in high school. I would go with my mom to the grocery store, and instead of a candy bar when we checked out, my treat for being a good girl, I guess, was a magazine. And I would take it home and I would just devour it. So when I originally went to college, I wanted to be a reporter, and I studied journalism. Uh, Life took some twists and turns. I wound up not pursuing that career, but I did advise the X-Ray at St. Charles East for 26 years. And I do love journalism and understand the media. And I think, again, that's had a huge impact on how I chose a career that combines my love of reading and a love of writing and a love of just knowing a lot about the world about me. So I am very much looking forward to hearing about the texts that changed your life. Remember, for this assignment, a text doesn't have to be a book or a magazine or anything in print. It is anything that a writer created to make an audience feel differently or to change their beliefs or attitudes in some way. So maybe your text is a photograph. Maybe your text is a play or a musical. Maybe it's a video game with a great plot. Whatever it is, I'm really looking forward to learning more about you and to getting some great recommendations for other texts I should check out. All right, talk to you soon. Have a great day.